Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel for Vlogentines Day 5, I do believe. Yes, it's February 5th, and hello! It's me, again. Today has been exhausting. Not necessarily like emotionally rough, this day has been horrible, just it has been physically draining. I have been doing a lot of running around in the cold and my lungs have not been happy about it. So I've spent good portions of the day being not like struggling to breathe, because that's being over dramatic, just putting a lot of effort into getting enough breath not to be a bit lightheaded, which is really frustrating and very exhausting. But yeah, anyway, so my day. It was more exciting than the average day. I know a few days ago I said that, oh, Monday would be a very exciting video because we had a lot to do. And we did, but it wasn't the fun stuff that we were planning on doing. It was a bunch of appointments that we forgot we had at the time. So tomorrow tomorrow or Wednesday or sometime this week, hopefully in the next couple days, will be the fun video that I've been teasing about. Like I said, my lungs haven't been happy. But today was a day of responsibility and all that fun stuff. In the morning, well, it wasn't in the morning, it was 1:30. So around 1:30, we had to take our cat to the vet. Smudge had a minor eye infection a few weeks ago. We gave her eye drops and anti-inflammatories and standard thing. And her eyelid was like cat's third eyelids, like they go they'll close when they blink. Hers was like covering half of her eye all the time, and that was not good. Now it's only just a little sticking out, so we just had a follow-up appointment with the vet to check up on her, see if she's okay. We were supposed to bring in stool samples so that they could run tests, see if she has like worms or some other infection that that would be harder to tell from just looking at her. So we have an appointment at 1:30. Smudge is not happy to be back at the vet, and we get there a few minutes early, and only then do we realize that I forgot to bring a stool sample of Smudge. So I had to, in the cold, run back to the apartment, which is like just across a large parking lot of like a large mall parking lot, up to the 11th floor where we live, and get some of her poop out of the litter box and put it in a little baggie, and then go back down and go back to the thing to try and get there without missing the entire appointment. Of course, I learned after the fact that I could have just given it to the vet after the appointment, but I didn't know that at the time, so my lungs were really not happy about that. Both running and cold air can trigger my asthma a bit. And I was doing both, which was fun. But once I got back to the vet, the vet appointment went pretty well. She needs a bit of dental care, so they sold us a little tiny toothbrush. It's adorable how tiny it is, and some chicken-flavored toothpaste for cats. So we get to figure out how to actually brush our cat's teeth to take care of her gums. And we're supposed to change her litter to a dust-free litter because they think that it's irritating her eyes, which is why it's still having a problem. Of course, we were planning on switching her, toilet training our cat anyway. So that works out nicely. But yeah, so hopefully Smudge is fine now, and we just need to switch her litter, get less irritants into her eyes, and they should go back to normal. Also, now her shots are all up to date. Yay! But yeah, so vet appointment went fine. We get home, and I have a doctor's appointment at 4:30. I was getting a referral to a psychiatrist. That's a whole other story. I'll do a whole other video on my struggles to get a psychiatrist. Because they're long and frustrating. But anyway, so I have appointment, so 4:30, at like 4, I get ready to go. Like, thankfully, my doctor's office, jeez, my hair's ridiculous today, and nothing I seem to do will make it not look ridiculous, so I'm sorry my hair looks ridiculous. I'm planning on getting a cut on our, like, fun excursion day out to the mall whenever that happens. But yeah, so around 4, I get ready to go across, pretty much just across the street and down a block or so to get to our doctor's office, which is really convenient. So I brought up my, what I was planning to, get a referral to a psychiatrist recommended to me by a friend, because my last psychiatrist was a disaster. And getting refills on my meds, standard procedure, and getting my persistent back spasm checked out, which I've had for almost 2 years. And I get to go to physiotherapy. Yay. Assuming I actually remember this time. Well, the internet can hold me to it. Hopefully. Don't be too mean about it, though. But yeah, so I get to go into physio for that. Fun times. I was also going to be at that appointment. I was going to ask for anti-anxiety meds, because my anxiety has been causing me huge difficulties in the last few months, year or so. And I was finally being like, I should really get some meds that I can take to calm me down when I feel like I'm having a panic attack. Because I'm really not very good at calming myself down, and it's not fair to Kayla that she feels that she has to always be the one to help me calm down. That's just not fair to her. I should get better at doing it myself and have other means to work on it. The easiest way to do that is meds. And I've never got medicated for anxiety before, so hopefully that would work. But I completely forgot to do that, which is really frustrating. I'm probably going to be going to Apple Tree, which is Ottawa walk-in clinic, sometime in the next couple days to see if I can get those for them, because my next appointment with my doctor is in 2 months. I'd rather not wait that long. But yeah. So, on the note of me going to the doctors and trying to get treatment for anxiety, I'm going to be talking about treatment today. But I did just realize that I forgot another part of my day, which was also fun. I then got home and then was out of breath for like a good hour, because I've spent so much time outside in the cold and running and all that fun stuff. So yeah, it's why I said on Facebook that I was going to try and get this video up earlier so that more people will see it, because if I don't post at like 12:30 at night. But I just didn't have the breath. Like, talking for an extended period of time would have just had me in coughing fits. So here I am now, finally, talking and getting to filming my video, which I was planning on doing like an hour and a half ago. Oh well, things happen. But anyway, what I was going to talk about today is sort of a follow-up of yesterday's video, which, if YouTube will now let me link videos into my the way that I can embed videos at some point, but it wasn't able to be enabled when I first started my channel. If it is now, I'll embed the previous video for people who are stumbling across this video later, whereas right now there's only like 6 videos, so it's not hard to find them. But yesterday's video, I did one on self-care. That's totally blank there for a second. Yes, on self-care and the importance of, even if you do not have mental health issues, to take care of yourself. Get enough sleep, eat enough food, drink enough water, take your meds if you have any. Stuff like that. All that stuff, and how important it is. Very important. If you haven't watched it and are watching this video, I would recommend watching it. And I'm not just saying that because it's my video and I'd like you to watch it. I actually think it's a very important message, and I think I delivered it pretty well. But anyway, today I am going to be talking about what to do if you've been doing your self-care and it's not enough. Either your life is still in crisis, or you just want more. You want to be more stable, have more energy, have a higher mood, like not be depressed as much. All these things are pretty reasonable things to expect out of life, but brains tend to not be the most helpful things a lot of the time. So, my hair's ridiculous. I really need a haircut. So, what to do if you've been doing your self-care, you've been taking good care of yourself, and you still feel like you need more. This is another one of those videos that I wish, about things that I wish I had known when I was younger, when I was first starting to have these issues, is that there is no shame in getting help. There is nothing wrong with admitting that you can't do something alone. Independence is all well and good, but don't let your trying to be able to act on your own and be independent and not be like getting away from home and thus being able to live the kind of life you want and not depend on your parents. If that makes you happy, great. Independence is a good thing. It can be very liberating. It can be everything. But there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Asking for help in and of itself requires a lot of strength. It's the ability to admit your own weakness. Not weakness in a bad way, but as in that, not weakness, vulnerability. That's a better word for it. It's allowing yourself to be vulnerable to whoever you're asking help of, and that takes a whole lot of strength. So if you're feeling like you need more help than you can give yourself, don't be afraid to ask for it. If you have a family doctor or better, a psychiatrist, talk to them. Tell them what's going on, and as much as you are comfortable with, be honest with them. Don't just be like, oh, it's okay, I've just been having a bit lower mood, when you've really been curled up in a ball for like an hour each day, just crying because the life seems so hard. If that's how you're feeling, tell your medical team that. The more accurate information they have, the better they can help you. It's really hard to be that honest. But sometimes being that honest, especially when it's really hard, can be really liberating. It means you don't, because at least for me, I know it's not always the same for some people, but for me, keeping things buried inside myself, either hiding it out of shame or just not wanting to bother people, it's like a weight on my mind. It is exhausting and stressful. And being able to actually talk about something really honestly can be really liberating. It's one of the reasons I'm really enjoying making these videos for you guys, because since I can't actually see someone else's face, I don't constantly second guess myself about what they think about what I say. So I won't be like, oh, maybe I'm upsetting them, I should probably stop talking about this. I can just really honestly talk about what I think. And that's great. It's really refreshing and empowering. So be honest about what you're really suffering through, especially with your medical team. If you don't have a medical team, there are ways to get that kind of help without having a medical team. Ideally, if you just don't have a medical team for waiting, try and get one. But there are things to do in the meantime. You can sign up for, if you have money, you can hire a therapist. You can see like private counselors and stuff like that. If you have money, there are lots of options for you. If you don't have money, or you don't have enough money to be able to spend extra on therapy, there are still options. Don't feel like you can only get mental health help if you have money. It's certainly easier if you have money, but there are still options. There are, at least in Ontario, I assume it's true for a lot of the rest of Canada as well, and I don't know how it is in the States, because the American healthcare system is a complete mess. But there are probably still options available. They're just probably less good. But I know in Ontario, the Ontario healthcare does rudimentary things. If you're really poor and on social assistance, that the benefits in there include getting discounts at certain places. You can ask your caseworker about, I would really like to get a therapist or a counselor. What sort of places can I go to that will have the cost subsidized by you guys? And there are places like that. There's also various online services. I linked a couple of them in my last video. 7 Cups is one like that, right? Yeah. My wife uses 7 Cups when she's having a really rough day and needs someone to talk to. It's an app. Yeah,
and also a website.
It's an app and also a website that, it's the one that matches people, right? You can like say you can either help people or need help. Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically you can sign up for it and you can be put in one of 2 roles. Someone who is there to give other people support, advice, just listening, or you can be like, I would like help. And it matches you up with someone on the opposite side and you can help them or they can help you. And it's free, right? Sorry. I'm talking on screen to my wife because she's the one who uses it.
They also have a therapist part where you can actually pay, but there is a free trial of it that you can use.
That's really cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, apparently 7 Cups also has a premium aspect, which you have to pay for, but actually has licensed therapists who are affiliated with that. It's just not free. But apparently it does have a free trial. You may have heard this already, if depending on how well the microphone picks up my wife from the other side of the room. But in case you didn't, I'm just repeating it. Yes, there are options. There's also, as Facebook keeps telling me, there's BetterHelp, which I've heard good things about. Once again, it's not free, but it's very affordable. So I hear. I haven't actually signed up for it. It's affordable. It claims to be affordable. I don't know how affordable it actually is.
It's affordable after 3 months.
Okay, apparently it's affordable after 3 months. Evidently my wife has looked more into it than I have. But the point is, there are options. Not all of those options may work into your finances. They may not work into your schedule. They may not work into your comfort zone. But they are there. And if one doesn't work for you, there is probably another one. Don't give up hope. Same thing goes with if you get a counselor and they are really a bad fit for you. That does happen. It is really unfortunate when it does, but it does happen. It doesn't mean that counseling is not a good fit for you. It just means that that particular counselor is not. Some people may have to go through a whole bunch of counselors before they get one that really works. My wife had that problem before. She'd been through a few counselors who were awful fits with her, and now she has one that she really likes and really understands her, and it has helped her immensely. I've had pretty good luck with counseling myself, but I am currently on the wait list for one right now. But get help if you feel like you need it. There's no shame in that. Other people may try and shame you for it. Don't listen to them. And I know me saying don't listen to them is me making it seem like it's really easy. I know it's not. Especially if you have issues with like anxiety. Like if you're getting help for anxiety, other people's disapproval may be incredibly daunting to you. I understand that. And I'm just trying to countermand that. Just be like, there's no shame in it. The people who think there are shame in it are just stuck in old ideas where up until recently there was this huge stigma, now it's only a minor stigma, about talking about mental health. That it was something that you just didn't talk about. It's just like keep it in the family, or like it's just something you just, not polite conversation or stuff like that. Hello everyone, I'm back. The camera overheated. I'm sure we'll figure that out eventually, but it also is a telling sign that I'm rambling on and this video is getting long. I was going to also talk about medication today, but I think I'm going to save that for tomorrow. Just because, or else this video will be like half an hour long and no one will sit through all of it. Anyway, as I was saying, the only thing that not talking about mental health does is it makes people feel alone. It makes people feel like they're crazy, or that they're a freak, or that they're the only one like that. And that's not true. It is nothing to be ashamed of to have a chemical imbalance in your brain. It just happens. It's nothing to be ashamed of that you had trauma in your past. It's not something that you necessarily want to talk about with everyone or share with everyone, but there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just either something in your brain chemistry or something that happened to you. Talking about it means you can not feel alone. And I know I've said this before, but it's important, so I'm going to say it again. You can find other people like you. You can share your experience and just realize that what you're going through is something that so many other people are also going through. And at least for me, and I know for a lot of other people, but at least for me, that makes it so much easier to handle when you know that this is just a thing. It's not you. It's just a thing that happens to a whole ton of people. And it also makes it easier for you to talk about because you can just hear other people talking about it and be able to understand yourself better. Which allows you, one, to manage your symptoms better if you understand them better. And two, it allows it to be easier for you to talk about if you are more familiar with it. And that makes it easier for you to get help. So, yes. Oh, by the way, I think I'm supposed to say this. I'm not sponsored by any of the things I mentioned by Seven Cups or BetterHelp. I've just heard good things about them. So, no, apparently I don't have to say that it's not sponsored, but it's not sponsored.
Only in the UK you have to say that something's sponsored.
A lot of the YouTubers me and my wife watch are British, and apparently in the UK you do have to say whether it's sponsored or not. But that's apparently a British thing, not a YouTube thing.
It's a law now.
Oh, apparently it's a law now. British take their sponsorship seriously. But anyway, it's not sponsored. Apparently I don't have to say that, but I'm saying it anyway because I already did. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to talk about the medication side of treatment because this video has gone on long enough already. It is important to talk about, and I will dedicate an entire video to it because it's important. But yes, if you're feeling like your self-care is not enough, get help. There are options available, either through, ideally through professionals, but also through your friends or through me. Like, if you want to talk about stuff with me, even if you don't know me at all, if I'm just some stranger who you listen to talk, that's fine. You can always message me, either leave a comment or just message me. I'll be there to listen. I may sometimes take a while to reply, especially if a lot of people are not giving me comments, but I will get to everyone. It just may take a while. If I haven't messaged back, it's not that I'm ignoring you, it's just that I haven't got to you yet. I don't always have the energy to respond to any sort of social situation at any given time, but I will get to you because you guys are important to me. Everyone's important to me to varying degrees. People I don't know, they aren't as important to me as my best friends, but they are still important. Everyone's important. That's another thing. If people are saying that you're not important, well, you can say that you're important to me. Even if I don't know who you are, you're still important to me. Anyway, once again, this is another heavy mental health video, but it's an important subject in general and also to me. So, yeah, get help if you need it. There is no shame. There is nothing wrong with asking for help. Asking help is often the strongest thing you can do. And assuming you can eventually get help that is the right kind of help for you, it will do wonders. It won't solve all your problems, or depending on your situation it might, but it won't necessarily solve all your problems, but it will make them easier to manage and easier to understand. At least for me, one of the hardest parts of dealing with my mental health is confusion. Not knowing why I'm suddenly thinking like this, or why I overreact to everything at the drop of a hat. And through counseling, self-research, talking about it with other people who have similar issues, I've understood why I do a lot of those things. And that makes it easier for me to understand and easier for me to deal with, because I'm not just confused at my own behavior. So, if nothing else, it may help you understand and get rid of that confusion aspect of things. But yes, I'm always here. If any of you need help, talk to me, leave me a message, leave a comment. It's totally okay. I may take a while to respond, like I've said, but I'm always here. Yes. So, if you like this kind of video, leave a like. If you want to see more videos from me, subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more videos like this, then leave a comment saying that, oh yes, I love when you talk about mental health. Or you could be like, can you talk about something other than mental health sometimes? Because if I'm boring people with constantly talking about mental health. There are lots of other things I can talk about as well. I just have been on a mental health kick lately, apparently. So yeah, if you want me to talk about different things, let me know that too. I'm still learning. I need feedback. So, and there's you can also tap that little notification icon. So you can get notifications about when I post, so that you won't miss when I do post. Because as it currently stands, I post at really erratic times. I'm working on that, and after February, when I'm not doing daily vlogging, I can just get a day ahead and actually schedule my things, and that will make my life a lot easier, and hopefully your lives a lot easier too. If you're waiting impatiently for my video to go up and you don't know when it's going to go up, and then you fall asleep at your computer waiting. I'm sure not very many people do that. But if that does happen to you, hopefully that problem will be solved eventually. Hopefully soon, but eventually at least. I would like to have a regular posting time, but as it currently stands, I don't. Because I'm still new and I'm still working all this out. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Especially if you got to this part in the video. I do appreciate it. And hello again. My camera overheated again. It's my camera telling me that my video has gone on way too long. As I was saying, if any of you have actually watched to this point, let me know in a comment and I will be very grateful, because I honestly don't know if anyone actually watches my videos all the way through. Watching it all, even if you only watch the first minute, I still appreciate that. But if you watch all the way through, that's just great, especially on videos like this that are so long. So if you've watched all the way through, let me know, and that'll be great. But anyway, until next time, bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.